What's up guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Nelson. Today I'm inside a 2010 Nissan Frontier. Let's see how it sounds. It's a manual transmission. It's pretty cheap. You can see this is probably like the value package. It's got roll-up windows. It does not even have AC, and I'm burning in here. Got a bunch of lights on. I got that one because I don't have my seatbelt, and my tire pressure one because this thing has no sensors, but it's supposed to because it's a 2010. It's got 125,000 miles. So it's not too bad, and it's got a little 4-cylinder, 5-speed manual transmission. Let's go for a drive. Let's go for a drive, and I'll tell you guys more about my Nissan. This truck right here is the reason that I absolutely hate Nissan. It's a Japanese brand, so it's kind of in between Honda and Toyota. But I really do hate Nissan, and I don't hate Nissan. I also love Nissan, so it's like a love-hate kind of a thing. So, I mean, would I personally own a Nissan? Not necessarily. Tell you guys why I love Nissan. The obvious reasons, because they're very good, they're very reliable. Sometimes I'll buy like an almost new Nissan and it's the cheapest car I have on the lot just because of how price friendly they are. Even though with low miles and good condition, they're still cheaper than a Honda and a Toyota. So that's why I like Nissan, but I also kind of hate Nissan. The number one reason is because Nissan never updates their stuff. This is a 2010. And this body style for Nissan Frontier starts in like 2004, 2005, and it goes all the way till 2021. I believe they just barely changed the body style right now in 2022. So this body style of Nissan has been running forever. If you have a 2020 Nissan, it looks exactly like this, especially on the outside. Talking about the outside of my Nissan, it's not very good. The front bumper's definitely been in some kind of accident. But I think on the Carfax for this one, it's original miles, no accidents reported. But just because there's no accidents reported doesn't mean that there's nothing going on. I had to replace the headlights, so I got brand new headlights for it. The hood, we had to like adjust it, and the fenders and whatnot. And it's black, and it's a 2010 with good miles, so the paint isn't faded just yet, but I got a bunch of scratches and dings and dents just all over the place. And it's extended cab, which is super sweet, so it just gives you a little bit more space back here. Reminds me of my grandpa's like old Toyota. But that's the biggest reason I hate Nissan, just because they never update their stuff. And the thing is, their like CEO is always going through like some weird scandals. He has like some drug trafficking scandals and like women scandals and like all kinds of stuff. And I think when you're so distracted with that, even though he's the CEO of the giant franchise that is Nissan and the dealership, like, it's just like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're supposed to be taking care of Nissan, and instead he's fighting all these things. So it's just a giant distraction, and he probably doesn't have the time to take care of Nissan. And Nissan has really fallen because it used to be this giant racing type brand of car, and it kind of just is not anymore. At least for me, that's what I think. So I love the performance of the Nissans, and I think that some of them are really good, but just in general, like, they never update their stuff, which is really terrible. The old Nissans, I hate older Nissans because, one, they always leak, whether it's a 4-cylinder, and two, they whether it's the V6 too also leaks a lot, so they suck. And I know in Japan they don't run that 2.4 4-cylinder, they run a 2.0 4-cylinder only just because it leaks so much here in the United States. But we sold our C1500 because it was just wasting too much gas. It's $6 a gallon right here in California, and now we're running this thing right here. And we decided to keep this one, keep our Nissan, and sell our Chevy Silverado. And so far so good. It's been doing everything we need. Just that it's summertime now and it's super hot and there's no AC. Oh no, Oh, Jesus, that was terrible. Oh, yeah. I will say that Nissan does a good job with the Infinity. As far as I can tell, Infinity is always kind of updating their stuff. You know, even between the years, like making different kinds of motors, different kinds of stuff. And Infinity's done really, really well. But, you know, they've also gone in a wrong direction though too, I think, with all the turbos and all their stuff, because all that stuff just makes it unreliable. Oh no, I got a red, yellow light. I really think is going for this truck is just the mileage. It's got 126,000 miles. If I really were to say, it probably is about time to change this clutch. I mean, I can literally put my foot down and there's like no resistance here. But some pluses is that it's the 4-cylinder and it's really good on gas. I'm not sure the MPG motor's not overheating. It's been about 20 minutes since I've been driving it, and this truck is not for sale. I hope you guys know that it's not for sale. This is kind of like our beater truck, and she's a very, very good truck. She's got, I mean, I really like it because it's really practical. My hands fit perfect here. It's got giant cup holders. Brakes are doing somewhat okay. No power locks, everything's manual, even the windows. And then I can really put my arm here and be comfortable. The only thing this truck really needs to be perfect is an AC, and then the radio. The radio is kind of like shitty on this truck too. I think I could just literally go right now, but I'm not sure. 2 cops already passed me by, so I'm not even gonna risk it. Does this thing have tilt wheel? It does not have tilt wheel. So we bought this truck at auction and we ended up selling it. The guy that bought it from us, we thought he was a good dude, but he actually didn't pay it, so we actually had to repo the truck. And it was so funny because there was a giant compressor in the back. And I remember when we got it, you know, they towed it to the dealership, and you know, after like 15, 20, 30 days or whatever it is after a repo, he never came back to get the truck. So I remember like my first drive on this thing had this giant compressor in the back, and it was just full of tools, and I thought I could just drive it. So I started driving it, and right when I did a turn, my first turn, the whole compressor just went buzz, fell all over the floor, and it was just wild and crazy. But I'm very, very surprised because we've had this truck for like 3 or 4 years now. This truck has paid for itself just in the amount of work and the way we load this thing up and run it and drive it and stuff. So this is definitely one of those keeper trucks. And it's super cheap to maintain, super cheap to own, and super cheap to buy. I mean, if we were to sell this truck, we'd probably be selling it for 4 or 5 grand with 125,000 miles. So I don't know why that guy didn't pay for the truck, even though, you know, sometimes you sell a person a truck, and even though this is a very, very good truck, and maybe he just wasn't comfortable with it, you know, because it has no AC and stuff, and he didn't pay for the truck. He didn't make one payment on it. He came, we financed him. He did not make any payments, not even his first payment. And then when we took the truck, he just started complaining about the truck, like this and that and that and this, but there's nothing wrong with this truck. What the hell's up with this guy? Do you see that? The damn police guy's on his phone or something. Like, come on, guy. All right, guys, well, that's our Nissan Frontier. This is a 2010, and I think it drives really, really good and really, really nice. And Nissan is just a love-hate thing. I'm sorry, Nissan. It drives really, really good. It's got a bunch of noises. Kind of sounds like exhaust, and then super squeaky. The suspension is shot at 126,000 miles. You can just feel the way it handles those bumps, and not that great. But the clutch is pretty good on it, and the motor has a lot of power if I really, really give it that gas. And you guys saw a video that I did the other day about a $500 trade-in truck that we got. It was a C1500 V8, so it was wasting a lot of gas. And we've had this Nissan right here for like 3 or 4 years. This for us has been an excellent vehicle. All we've done is basically change the motor oil, change the transmission oil, and the tires that we got in it were shot, and we're still running the same tire just because we don't go very far with it, don't do too much with it. But every now and then we do load this truck up and go. And this is an excellent truck for that, for work, for play, whatever you want to do. And it is a very, very good, reliable truck. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you later. Woo!